Hey, all right. I see Youth Fam. We got some. Oh, hey, I'm gonna start that over. All right, sorry.
Improv isn't Mark's thing. It's
It is
your
not.
guys' thing.
It is not.
It's not my thing either.
It is not. Like I'm telling you, like when I speak, it's like even like the dad jokes and the awkward pauses are planned. Like it's at least 90%. Everything's like pre-planned and almost scripted. Anyway, okay, here we go. All right. So here we go. 3, 2. All right, everybody. Welcome to another time of game time. But instead of meet the leaders, we got some of our own students in the youth group. So we have Ryleigh Wido joining us, as well as Tyler Smith. And so I'm looking forward to this. But first, let me ask you guys a couple questions. Both you guys seem to me to be two people that when in quarantine life, you wouldn't just be kind of surviving. I imagine each of you to be thriving. So my question for each of you is, how are you thriving in the last, 9, 10 weeks, however long it's been since March 14th?
I think it's been 4 years, Mark.
Yeah. And so tell us, Ryleigh, you first, how are you thriving in the last 2 months?
Man, honestly, I wasn't thriving until the sun came out. With like it being 70 degrees outside, I'm just able to go outside and have a good time. Man, I'm tanning. I'm getting sun-kissed. It's been great.
Yeah.
Sun-kissed living.
I think, the chlor, it's like how plants respond to sunlight. I think that's the way a lot of humans do as well. So.
You can kiss the sun and you can't get COVID, so that's the positive side.
True.
That was deep. I feel like we should kind of pause and reflect on that. All right. Well, very good, Ryleigh. Tyler, same question for you. How have you been thriving in this last 2.5 months?
It's definitely been a lot of video games, I'd have to say. And just keeping positive attitude and just rolling with it, kind of going one step at a time instead of thinking ahead. I just take it one day at a time and go with it.
All right. Let me just throw one more question in there for each of you. So in the last 2.5 months, what have you eaten the most of? Like more than anything else? Like for me, it's been peanut M&Ms. Like I just, if I buy them, they're gone within 2 hours tops. So what for each of you guys? Ryleigh, you go first on this one again.
Ramen. Chicken ramen.
Now wait, like the kind that's 19 cents for a carton, like that ramen,
like
or
those
real ramen?
Like those prepackaged delicious ramen noodles that you just pop in the boiled water.
Yes, Ryleigh.
Bon appetit.
I've been rocking a lot of the real ramen, and so good. All right, Tyler, what about you?
If it wasn't for the shortage of ramen at the store, it would be ramen. I'm going to have to go with Takis. I've been eating a lot of those.
Takis. I'm surprised Takis aren't in a shortage right now.
Yeah.
I think so. Unless I just get lucky.
For my generation, I feel like it was Cool Ranch Doritos. Everybody was doing backflips for cool. But your guys' generation is definitely the Takis. That's the Cool Ranch Dorito of your generation. So
ours was Flaming Hot Cheetos, which is still around, but it was even more then. Yeah.
All right. Well, then it is good game time. Eric, take it away.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to do a game here. Both of these guys are actors. They're both actors. They love being in plays and theater and all of that, and they're really good at it. I've been to their shows. It is so fun to do. Actually, at the end of this thing, stick around because Tyler's going to tell you about a thing that he's been doing that's really, really cool. But you got to wait till after the game to hear about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little improv action here. So there's 2 events that you guys have made up yourself. You don't know the title of these until I tell you the things. Once I tell them, then you have to explain to us, the audience, all about what they are and what you're going to be doing. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right, so the first event, Tyler, Ryleigh, you guys came up with this, and this is a really cool event, and I think that has potential to being a really, really big thing. So can you guys tell us about the big cat sitting event you guys are going to be putting on next summer?
So basically, it started out when we went to the pet store and we saw this huge cat, and we're like, well, we gotta do something with it because no one wanted to buy it. It was not the prettiest cat. And so Riley's like, you know what? Let's get it. And so we bought it,
I did.
and we were like, well, now we have a big cat. What are we gonna do with it? And so we went to the Target across the street because keep in mind this is in Gurney, and we saw that dog that always is on the ball. It's like walking on the ball. You know what I'm talking
That was
about?
the cutest dog I've
Like-
ever seen. Oh my
like-
gosh.
If a dog can do that, why can't a cat? And so we just decided to do something special with the cat. Why don't you tell them about that, Riley?
Man, so when we saw that dog doing tricks, man, I took that cat and I said, it's big enough. It's basically a dog itself. So we got one of those big inflatable yoga balls, slapped it right on top of that and said, hey, you want to know who would enjoy this? Eric Ness. So we brought it over to Eric Ness and we were like, Eric, check this out. We slapped that cat on top of the yoga ball. Tyler, tell him what happened with the cat.
Well, the problem is that the cat has claws, and so it kept popping the yoga ball. So then we had to move on to something that's harder that wouldn't pop. And so we started using bowling balls, and that just started putting dents in the floor. So then we're like, what if we move on from a ball and use a person, and it climbs on the person, right? And so Riley wanted to be the first test subject. And so why don't you tell him about the first time we tried that?
Okay, so you know how the cat had the claws and it was popping a yoga ball, you know, it's pretty thick, right? Well, it didn't really translate that well when we were like, let's put it on a person. So, you know, Tyler just threw it on top of my head, and now I have a nice little nifty bald spot in the back of my head that I'm trying to hide. So then we tried to do it on Mark. What happened when we tried it on Mark, Tyler?
Well, the cat didn't really like Mark, and it actually jumped on me, and I'll see if I can show you. But I got this scratch from the cat.
What?
And it
Better
didn't
you
feel
than
so
me,
good. I
man.
ended
Better
up in
you
the
than me.
hospital for 3 days. Hospital's not good during this whole pandemic. I made it out alive.
Oh my gosh. And scene. Holy cow. Tyler, did you just scratch your leg for that thing? Oh, good
No, I
grief, bro.
actually had a bike ride. The deer scratched my leg.
You guys feeding off each other. That was so good. All right, we got one more here for you. Okay, here we go. So this is another event you guys think was just, like, you guys were really, really excited about it. The title is kind of confusing, so maybe you can kind of clear it up a little bit. It's called Flushin' Frenzy Game. Get ready to flush the competition. Can you guys tell us about that?
Right. Well, I got this idea when I was at school, and I saw the craziest things in my school's toilet. I was like, who puts their entire notebook in the toilet? I know it's the end of the school year. And I was like, I miss that kind of energy, that crazy school energy where people are like, I'm going to put stuff in the toilet. So we thought, why not bring it to youth group? And Tyler had a great idea of how to mix that up for youth group.
Yeah, and so we noticed that Home Depot actually sells toilets for pretty cheap. And so we decided to buy a toilet, and next time we can go to youth group, we'd bring it, and we just have everyone bring in all this stuff that they don't want and put it in the toilet and see what happens.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So they just kind of put things in the toilet, and then that's the game.
Oh,
Man.
I'm forgetting the most important part. So when you put it all in the toilet, it actually it creates this, like, sometimes depending on what you put in, it can create this like chemical gas, and then it's not safe. That's all I got.
This game sounds horrible and, like, very, very scary, guys. I don't think we can play this game at youth group.
It hasn't been approved by many people.
We can try it once, right? I mean, just
Yeah,
Try it
Elite.
once.
it's a one and done kind of deal. Don't have to worry about it after we do it the first time.
First youth group back from the pandemic. Let's do a game where chemicals are released into the.
Nothing beats noxious gas.
Oh my gosh! Well, hey, thank you guys for playing that. That is so fun. Oh, you guys are hilarious. You guys crack me up, and you guys are so good.
I'm thinking when we come back, we bring you guys up and have you do announcements on, like, a Sunday evening.
Absolutely.
Like, just like
That
we'll be
sounds
like,
great.
oh, so we got, and then we just throw you an idea and then you guys run with it for a bit. That was pretty
I
fun.
love it. It's so good. But thanks for joining us. Tyler, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing lately and kind of something I think is really cool that your school's doing.
Yes. So for those of you who might know, I'm in an improv group called Hey Who Turned Off the Lights. And unfortunately, obviously due to this whole lockdown, we weren't able to put on a show. We usually have an improv team and we do sketch comedy and improv games. And so we still wanted to, bring that to everyone and entertain them. So over these past, going to be soon 6 weeks, we've made videos. We made once a week. We've had some people submit their videos and we put them in. They each usually have a theme. There was summer. I think the first one was quarantine. And so we've come out with 6 videos so far, and we have one more special one coming out. It's on our Hey Who Turned Off the Lights YouTube channel. So make sure you go check it out. That's pretty good stuff. I think are personally funny. Might be a little biased, but yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so, Tyler, you can give me that link, and we'll actually put it right underneath this video, you guys. A link right to it, all that kind of stuff. But hey, the best thing is these guys right here are not graduating yet, which means they have plays and all that next year, which is going to be amazing. I'll be going to them, so make sure we go support these guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and it was really, really fun. So we'll see you guys later.
See ya.